All right, I'm gonna try something different on this talk. I'm gonna try and be aware as much as I can as I'm speaking. Because it's so easy just to lapse into unawareness. I try to be aware of things throughout the day, like where my hands are, where what I'm thinking, what emotional state I'm in. You know, am I in a negative state, a positive state? Am I deluding myself about something? Whatever it may be. Like right now, I'm kind of like the cats are licking the bowl and they're making a bit of noise. So I'm aware of that and I'm looking over at them, a little bit annoyed about it because maybe I should have put them out before I started recording because, they're animals. They don't know. They couldn't care less either, and they're dead right. You know, in many ways, animals are so much better than us in so many ways. But so that's how the segue into what this talk is about. Actually, that's weird because I didn't even think of it. But actually, that's how change can happen. Real change can happen in small doses. It doesn't necessarily have to be this big kind of like explosion of like, oh, I can see something. It's just small bits at a time. I find this what is what happens, right? So back in so that can be change is to do with that, to be self aware. To It doesn't mean to interfere. I've said this before, and it's so important. It doesn't mean to interfere. It means that what needs to be needs to be. If you get in there and start messing around with everything, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna change, you drive your fucking self crazy, dude. Like I have, you know, like I still do, right? And can't happen that way, you know. So go back to 2008 when that bozo Barack Obama, just another a line of bozos as well. These people in the public eye, like I've said, they're actors. If you don't know that, then go somewhere else because you're an idiot. That's just simple, and you're a fool. You're an idiot. You're easily duped, and these people are picked and chosen way in advance. They're groomed. They probably have dirt on them as well, so they can't say anything. All right, so this bozo back in 2008, after George W. Bush in America was finished his tour of duty, the decider. So this bozo came into the limelight, speaking good and articulate, smiling constantly all the time. I don't know about you, but like for me, it's always a red flag, man, when people are just fucking smiling all the time. Piss off, dude. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, Fake nonsense. But this bozo came into the limelight in 2008. Another, just for the masses of people that need a daddy, as Paul would say, and not just because Paul's saying it. It's not just because Paul's saying it. I don't care what Paul says or what he doesn't say. What it happens to be true. That's what's important. It doesn't matter who's saying it, what's saying it. It's true, right? So all the masses of people, like I done with Donald Trump, with my silly hat on, walking around, not knowing what I was doing, and then I was aware of it. You look back on it and you go, "What a bozo I was," as well. But it's part of the learning. But this bozo, anyway, for the masses, they put this bozo in, and there's two words that were through his campaign at the start. One was hope, the other one was change, right? Now, they don't tell you that change is not possible without self awareness. And what kind of change? Change of underwear? You know, extra change in your pocket? You can get everything in this world and still have nothing. Okay, but then again, you can have nothing in this world and be stuck in a damp, cold room and have everything. So they're selling you three-dimensional lies all the time with these bozos as the they're on the head of the train, so to speak, right? So real change comes, like I said, from self-awareness and having the power to leave it alone, see where it goes, see what happens. And hope to me is kind of like it's a deviation of the word faith. Faith is very different from hope, because hope is has this kind of like idea of like the future. Hope that the future will be better. It's always in the future, right? Faith is something different. Go on over there. Faith is something different, but I'm not going to talk about faith. That'll be for another episode, right? So hope is always in the future, and they fucking know that. So these two words of complete nonsense, but they have bits of truth in them as well, which is why it's easy to distract the masses with them. So hope, it's in the future, and hoping for what? No hope is better. I know it sounds like, because everything is paradoxical. If you have no hope that things are going to get better, things sometimes get better because you're not hoping. What are you hoping for? What? So you can get a better car? Hoping that, that your political party will be elected so you can pretend that you're getting ahead. Well, you can't stand yourself, you can't stand your family, you can't stand the fact that you're going to die someday, but yet you don't want to live at the same time. And I'm not saying these things simply because I'm out of them. I'm stuck in them too, to a certain point. But I've dug myself out a tiny bit over the last while, so I'll talk on it. And plus as well, anyone that happens to hear this now or in the future, let's hope, right? It might resonate with them, because talking from yourself is important. People can laugh as much as they want. I don't care. I'm not in that area anymore. I'm not in that realm anymore of kind of like, what the people that know me think. I don't know anyone really anyway, and I don't want to know anyone. I can see them for what they are 1,000 miles away. People don't understand that either. They think like, oh, that they haven't worked me out. I can work pretty much nearly everyone out straight away. Okay? So what are they implying with that? Hope. Hope is in the future, right? And it's all the things, that change can happen, and hope and everything, without you doing a goddamn thing. More nonsense for the masses. And I do always get surprised when people can't see it. But then again, I couldn't really see it way back then either. So it's not about me playing holier than thou. It's just about sharing a bit of change, real change inside of me, and noticing these words that are supposed to give comfort but are complete horseshit. Adios.